Namaskaram. Welcome to my channel, VPK Nutrition, Mind Body Healing with Pushpa. Again, I haven't recorded in a long time, so I'm coming to you with a very special episode today. I'm actually recording from a place called Ayurvedagram, which is an Ayurvedic center in Bangalore, India, which is in the southern state of Karnataka. So this is actually part of the Kerala Ayurveda system, and they've created like a mini Kerala inside this center. And I'm here for a 14-day Ayurvedic detox, kind of a cleanse, and it is called Panchakarma. Now, Panchakarma is very different from any of the modern detox that you hear about, like the juice fast and water cleanse and things like that. This is a very special program which is decided, individualized or tailor-made by the Ayurvedic doctor to suit your body, your imbalance, and remove the toxins during this 2-week period, and then try to rejuvenate you after that. So this is going to be part 1 of 2 episodes. So I'm going to be sharing the first 7 days of my treatment, which I've already completed, and then the second part will have the remaining treatments. So stay tuned to learn so much about this exciting program. Welcome back, everyone. First of all, thank you so much to all my viewers who have been watching me regularly and sharing your feedback. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you like my videos, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends and family so they can also be benefited. So now let's begin with today's episode, and I'm going to be sharing my experience during this process. So let's start with what is Panchakarma. So the word Panchakarma is a Sanskrit word, and Pancha means 5 and Karmas means action. So it basically has 5 different actions. Again, this is not your ordinary detox like we talk about in modern science, like a juice fast or this limited time that they do some kind of a diet restriction. This is much more than that. It's a very systematic procedure as given in the ancient scriptures of Ayurveda, and this has to be done very carefully with the supervision of a well-trained Ayurvedic physician who knows how to do this or who's specially trained in this. So what are the 5 karmas? First one is called Vamana, or induced vomiting. So this is mainly helpful for the people who have a lot of congestion and anything above the chest region. Usually the kapha in the body is very high. The second one is called Virechana, which is generally used to cool down the body, because when there's a lot of heat and inflammation in the body, this helps, and is basically purgation by taking some oral herbs, again specifically given for each individual by the physician to induce purgation and have bowel movements. Now the third one is called Nasya, which is putting a few drops of medicated oil, and this is done every day in the nostril, and they say the nose is the avenue to the mind or the brain, so that's part of the daily routine. And then the fourth one is called Basti, or an enema by introducing medicated kashaya or medicated decoction kind of thing into the colon, and trying to cleanse that, and usually good for vata conditions with constipation, drying, and those kinds of digestive issues. And then of course the last one is called Rakta Mokshanam, which is done with leeches in the traditional sense. However, nowadays, in this place they don't do it, and of course there are some old villages in Kerala, they still do some stuff like that. But generally, if you look at it in the modern terms, it's more like, when you donate blood and then the blood rejuvenates itself, you're cleansing the blood that way. So again, these are the 5 karmas, and then everybody is given a prescription of what is to be done based on their body type, the imbalances that they are facing, and this is always determined by the Ayurvedic physician. So you can think of it as like a mini surgery that has to be done very carefully and with monitoring every single day. And again, 14 days is like the minimum to get the full benefit of this program. So today I actually want to share my own journey, my experiences through this program. I came on in the beginning of September, and I'm here for about 14 days. I've completed about 8 days so far. So I'm going to share my experiences in the first 7 days in part 1, and then part 2 I will share once I've completed the program. So first of all, you start with a consultation with the Ayurvedic physician. He usually asks you a lot of questions about your dietary habits, your lifestyle, the stress and sleep, bowel habits, digestion, and also looks at your pulse to determine what the imbalance is. And so these are, and again, they spend about an hour, even 2 hours. So you kind of share a lot about your present as well as your past history of physical and mental issues that you might have had. So once this is completed, the physician has a thorough understanding, a holistic understanding of you as a person, as well as your body and your mind. And so then he sets out to make the program for you. So in my case, I came in on the 7th, and I had a consultation on the morning of the 8th, and then he came up with the program. I'm here today in this place called Ayurvedagram, as I mentioned. It is beautiful, serene setting with a lot of trees and plants, and a lot of the herbs that are grown here are actually used in the treatment. So that makes it even more fresh and more potent to help the body heal. So let me start with my treatment journey. The first 2 days, again, we always start with snehana or oleation of the body. So this is done by oil massage as well as intake of medicated ghee. Now, this is also very specific for the person who is getting the treatment based on their body type and issues. So the ghee is a very interesting, very amazing substance because it is like the purest form that is made from cultured butter, and it has the capacity to infiltrate the cells and pull the toxins from there, carry it through the bloodstream into the digestive system, and from there, once it's in the digestive system, which is called a koshta in Ayurveda, it is so much easier to eliminate it from the body. Now, the more we get rid of the toxins from the body, we're going to feel more balanced and more healthy. And this is huge. The elimination is usually done by purgation, the virechana I talked about, or the basti, which is the medicated enema. So in my case, day 1 and day 2, I had a oil massage or a full body abhyanga, as it's called. So this again is same purpose, where it brings all of the toxins to the koshta. Then after that, I started the ghee therapy. So that was done for 4 days. So from day 3 to day 6, that's 4 days, I was given medicated ghee. Now, first day you start with a very low dosage, and then after that, he usually increases according to the person's thing. So in my case, I started with about 60 ml, and then I went on all the way up to about 140 ml on the 4th day. Obviously, when you're drinking this medicated ghee, you are going to feel very heavy because it is fat and kind of fills you up quite a bit. So they always advise, when you're taking the ghee in an empty stomach in the morning, keep sipping hot water all day so that it is absorbed better and moves around a little bit. And also wait till you're actually hungry before you eat your first meal. Now again, the first meal that you eat, or any meal you eat during this period, is usually very light and easy to digest. This easy to digest meal is usually called khichdi, which is basically a combination of rice and moong dal, which makes it very easy to digest, and also added very mild spices in there and made it kind of like a pudding consistency. So people can choose from that or like a rice porridge. So that actually keeps it very light, and then you kind of wait till you're hungry to eat it. So usually till about lunchtime you're not really hungry, and then later on, maybe after dinner, you might have a little bit more. So during this 4-day period, you usually have very loose bowels, and a lot of the toxins start to come out of the body. And then during those 4 days also, depending on the doctor, you have different treatments prescribed based on your body's needs and type. Then after that, the 5th day, which is in my case the 7th day of the treatment, we do the virechana. Now, virechana is a purgation. So once everything is brought to the koshta, it's time to get rid of it completely from the body. So first thing in the morning, in an empty stomach, you're given a lehyam, which is kind of like a jam consistency. If people know chavanprash, it looks something like that. So this is I was given Trivrit lehyam, which is commonly given during a Panchakarma treatment. Of course, it has to be given under the supervision of a Ayurvedic physician, just so that they can monitor you. So then they give you quite a big portion, like a tennis ball size portion. So you take that first thing 6:30 in the morning, and then after that all you do is just keep on sipping warm water. And then throughout the day you're going to have bowel movements. Every hour they check your blood pressure just to make sure you're okay, and that you're not getting weak or your blood pressure is not dropping and all of that. And then of course you keep having your bowel movements, and then at the point where it becomes completely watery and it stops, that's when you go and have a meal. Now again, a meal is still very light, usually like a khichdi or a broth, like I mentioned before. So this is basically what I went through for the 7 days. So after the Virechana, then you just have a light treatment in the evening, maybe like a little leg massage or whatever. But I can tell you, when I woke up on the 8th day, my God, I felt amazing. I felt so much lighter, like everything is out of my body. My mind was much clearer. So it is like this breath of fresh air. It's like suddenly you were breathing a completely different air. Your mind felt so much better, and actually there's so much of joy within you. And this is something you can't even express in words, and this is how I experienced that. So this is basically what happened for 7 days. So I will share the next 7 days after I've completed my treatment, and then kind of give you an overall picture of what it is, and also give you some ideas of, if you are interested in doing something, what can you do about this. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, Panchakarma is usually recommended during the spring, the change of seasons, or in the fall. Again, it is a very tedious process. It is time consuming, so you need the time, as well as it can be expensive, so the money is also an important factor. But if you are able to do this is something wonderful for everybody to keep our body healthy. You have to think of it as an investment towards your body and mind, which is serving you every single moment of every single day. So think of it like how you tune up your car every year to keep it running well. The same way we need to take care of our body. We put a lot of junk into our body constantly, both physically and mentally. So it's important to cleanse at least once a year so that you can be rejuvenated again and keep going. Again, yoga, pranayama, meditation, these are also part of this whole process, because that is also part of Ayurveda. It goes hand in hand with Ayurveda, and that gives you a holistic wellness when you incorporate that, and makes this even stronger. So for now, I'm saying bye, and I will come back and finish up with my second part and give a little more tips. So have a wonderful week ahead, and listen to your body, observe your mind, and help yourself.